So let's start. Okay, so our last topic is on workforce management. Maybe you guys know what is workforce management, right? Like, suppose if your contact center is having some 1,000 agents or 2,000 agents, okay. So, and it's 24/7 contact center where agents are going to come in shifts. Then you need to do a lot of things, right? Like managing this 1,000 agents, managing their shifts, like who is coming in which shift, and then managing their weekends as well, like who is taking because it's a 24/7. So you should have someone working all 7 days. Okay. So we have to do a lot of planning on the resourcing part to uh,
Srini, you're breaking. Your voice is not clear.
face or someone is taking leaves or someone is on sick leaves, emergency leaves, okay, and who is
Stiny,
going
your
to be
voice
on
is
weekend and what day they are going to have the weekend. So such kind of things we need to manage. Mm, You guys can hear me, right? No? Is it okay?
it's okay, Stiny, but last thing whatever you told, it was garbled actually.
So workforce management is our today's topic. Okay, so you guys know what is the use of workforce management, right? It is used to manage your agents because especially if your contact center is 24/7, you have agents working on weekends. You have some agents taking off on weekdays. Okay, so they may be on holidays, they may be on emergency leaves or sick leaves. Um, and you need to plan the shifts also between agents. So maybe you are planning for a rotational shift or a standard shifts. Okay, so all those things will be taken care using the workforce management, because managing some 1,000 2,000 agents on Excel is not that easy, especially planning the shifts and weekends is not easy. So Genesys is having inbuilt workforce management tool. Okay, so you can use this tool to do the scheduling of your agents. Okay. So first, let's see what are the admin activities that we can do in workforce management, and then see how those things will reflect to the individual agents. Okay. So first thing is, if you have, suppose say your organization is having 1,500 agents. Okay. So Genesys Cloud first, it will divide the agents into business units. Okay. Suppose if it is banking, loans is one business unit, loans department. Okay, and then credit card is one business unit. So these are line of businesses normally, or retail bank. So maybe some 300 agents works here for loans department. Some credit card around 700 is working here. Okay, and then other 500 is working here. So you will be able to separate these agents based on the business unit. Okay, within this business unit, again you will have something called management unit. What is this management unit is? Like now loans department is having 300 agents, right? So among these 300 agents, maybe some 100 are working for new loans, or maybe let's do different separation, home loans. and another 100 is working for personal loans, and another 100 is working for vehicle loans. Okay, so these agents are separated into business units and management units based on your business model. Okay, so first thing, if you want to start workforce management in Genesys Cloud, first you have to create a business unit. Okay, maybe I'll just go say one business unit called loans. Okay, for this loans department, you need to specify which time zone your agents are going to log in. So select the time zone. Also, you need to specify which day you are going to consider start of the week, because you have to do scheduling. For scheduling, you need to specify what is the start of your week. Normally, why they are giving this option is most of the countries start of the week is Monday. For especially if you see UAE and all, the start of the week is Sunday, because they start their weekend is Friday and Saturday, so start of the week will be on Monday. Okay? So you need to select these options. Then you are going to do forecast, right? So Genesys has two type of forecast. One is manual forecast and the other one is automatic. Okay. So in the forecasting, if you are going with automatic forecast, what are the how many weeks data you are going to analyze? So normally the way forecast will happen is it will check last 6 weeks call volume, and it will find out how many agents are required based on your shift planning. Okay. So you need to specify how many weeks data you are going to consider for that forecast. Okay. So normally it is standard 6 weeks, but it is up to you whether you want to reduce or increase. Okay. So this is some validation messages. Okay. So we'll see like the use of this validation messages. When you are creating some items, there will be some validations. So if your configuration is not meeting these validations, then you will get whether information or warning. For example, agent is not in your work plan. If agent is not added to work plan, you will not be able to do a schedule. So when you are doing such kind of configuration, whether you want to categorize that as a information or error or ignore or warning. Okay. So that is the use of this one. Okay. So these are the settings you need to do while creating a business unit. Okay. So I've created a business unit called loans. Okay. So once you created a business unit, the next thing you need to do is management unit. Okay. So while creating management unit, first you need to go select under which business unit you are going to create this. So I'm going to create a management unit under loans. Okay. So the now management unit is, I will name this one as home loans. So under loans business unit, home loan is the management unit. Okay. So for this one, you are going to do some configurations. Okay. Example is maximum occupancy percentage for the deferred work. So what does this mean is, suppose you are going to get 100 calls. Okay. Now you need to have schedules in such a way that at least 90% of the calls are handled. Okay. So that is this one. You need to specify what is the maximum occupancy agents should be while if they are part of this division. Okay. Then you should also specify what is your start day of weekend. So for us it is Saturday, Sunday. For UAE it is Friday and Saturday. So for that reason you need to select this one. This option set the planning period start date and length. So if you're going to do your planning, then you can also specify this one, but I'll use the default value. That planning will show while we are doing the work plans. Okay. And then you can go to others. Okay. So this one is for reporting purpose. Okay. Suppose say I've created a schedule for morning shift people. I'm saying they have to log in at 8 a.m. Okay. So now you need to monitor how many agents are logging 8 a.m., how many agents are logging late. Okay, if you want to do that, first you need to specify the service adherence threshold. Okay, you can say maximum agents can come 5 minutes late. Okay, so meaning if you are putting a schedule as 8, then agent has to log in before 8:05, so that it's not going to be a what you call out of adherence. Okay. For that reason, you need to select that. So here I'm just giving 5 minutes, meaning agent has to log in before 8:05. If they log in after 8:05, it is going to be out of adherence, meaning like agent is not following the timings. So it will automatically calculate. Okay. And you can also give adherence exception threshold. So you're saying within 5 minutes, agent has to log in, but you can also give exception. Sometimes your business say, okay, let's give another 10 minutes of exception. Okay. So not 10 minutes. Okay. So around another 60 seconds maybe. So has to log in by 8:05, but we're giving additional 60 seconds. Okay. So that this 60 seconds will be treated as a warning instead of scolding the agent or taking some performance action on the agent. Okay. And adherence target is output 90, meaning if you have 100 agents, at least 90 agents should log in within 5 minutes before 8:05. Okay, so that is the adherence target that we are going to set. Okay. I don't know what is this equal donates, whether non-queue activities are considered for equal. Okay, so if you enable this one, so what if suppose say user is supposed to log in into queue at 8 a.m. but there was one callback which was waiting, so he's supposed to call the customer at 7:45. So he called customer at 7:45. That customer is going to speak for another half an hour. So he can agent cannot log in into the queue, right? So in those cases, you are going to specify whether you are going to consider those calls also while calculating the performance or not. Okay. Then working outside of shift. So suppose example, your agent is supposed to close at 6, but he is working under 6:30. Are you going to consider that also as the issue? Meaning like normally some businesses, okay, if your work is only from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., close exactly at 5 p.m., don't extend. Okay, so if they are extending, normally manager will talk, okay, don't do this one because even your personal life is very important, but you will not see this kind of thing in India especially. But other countries, they will also consider if someone is extending their work, it will be considered also as a breach. Okay. Then there is this one. Okay. What if user, suppose say we have scheduled 1 week login times for the agent, but on Wednesday agent is taking off. Okay, are we going to consider that also as out of adherence or within adherence? Okay, so you need to specify what are the things that you are going to calculate out of adherence. Suppose say there is one agent, we have put schedule from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then there was one town hall meeting at 2 a.m. So obviously he has to go on a meeting. So whenever agent says he's on meeting, we shouldn't be considering that agent is out not following the timings. Okay, so you can specify what are the statuses that you are going to consider, not going to consider as a breach. Okay, so you can specify those things. Then you have time of request also. So agents can raise time of request. They have to do time of request through Genesys portal itself. Okay, I'll explain how to. I'll show how to do that. So here you need to specify some conditions. Example, if agent want to take off, okay, how many days before at least he has to inform. So I'll put 2, meaning if agent want on Monday, Wednesday, he has to report, submit the request today itself. So at least 48 hours before the agent has to submit the request. And maximum 90 days, meaning I cannot go and say I want leave in July 2022. It's not allowed. So within only you have to plan, you have to submit request only within 90 days and then at least 2 days before. So if I put 4, meaning agent has to inform at least 4 days before. Agent cannot go apply for a request. Suppose say he has come to office today and then he cannot go submit request for tomorrow, because I will put a condition minimum 4 days. Okay, and maximum he can schedule only within 90 days. Okay, so you can put this time of request. Okay. There is this shift trading also, so you can enable shift trading also. So use of this shift trading is, suppose say there is agent, he is to come from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. but he got some personal emergency, maybe a doctor appointment or whatever it is. So he want to swap his shift, but as per the schedule, he is supposed to log in from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So what agent can do is, instead of taking leave, he can do shift trade with colleagues. Maybe say the colleague who is coming in the evening shift, he can ask the person to come in the morning shift, and morning person will come in the evening. So agents will be able to do the shift trading. But here you will be able to do some business logics also. Example, there is one agent in home loan department, and there is another agent in vehicle loan department. They cannot do shift trading, right? Because home loan person cannot do a shift trade with another management unit agent. Okay, so you need to specify that. Okay, so first you need to enable shift trading so that agents will be able to do the shift trading. Okay, so automatic review, if you enable this one, it is going to check some criteria. The criteria are, agent has to do a shift trade at least 24 hours before. Meaning if he want to change his shift for Wednesday, at least he has to do either within 24 hours. Okay, so that is the condition. Then agent must have same queue membership. Meaning if I'm working for home loan department, I can only do shift trade only with same another agent who is working in the same queue. And then he should also speak same language, same skill, and should be part of same planning group. Okay, so planning groups we'll discuss here. Okay, so these are the conditions we can put. So it is up to you whether which options you are going to enable. Normally I will go enable all the things, because the agent in home loan who speaks English cannot do a trade with home loan person who speaks Hindi. But if my English calls are more, there will not be any agent to answer. So we need to put those conditions. Okay, then you can also do the payment things also. You can set some payment rules also. Shift trading with unequal pay times. So there is one senior guy and there is one junior guy. So you're going to do a shift trading with them. So obviously there will be some payment problems. Okay, so more normally for night shift you pay more to the senior guy. So if he's coming in evening shift, obviously there will be some changes in the payment also. So you need to consider. Okay, shift trades that are one-sided. Shift trades that are one-sided meaning only one person is. I don't know what is the use of this one. Shift trade results in minimum weekly pay time violations. Okay, so if there are any violations in the payments because of too many shift trades, don't allow them. Maximum time paid violations. Okay, so these are related to the payments actually. So using this workforce management, some people will also use workforce management to do the payments. Okay, activity catalog trade. Okay, so don't allow trade when agent is in meeting. Suppose say I'm one agent, I want shift trade tomorrow. So I'm doing with another person, but I have a meeting tomorrow. You cannot do that. Okay, so there is a meeting schedule, you cannot do a shift trade because other person cannot attend your meeting, right? So you can put those conditions. Time off. Suppose I'm doing a shift trade and then I'm taking time off tomorrow. What is the use of doing shift trade when you are in time off? Okay, so you can put these conditions. Okay, so these are the configurations you can do at the management level. So once you do this one, you can save it. So your management unit is ready. Then service goal templates. Okay, so you can create service goal template. This is for your performance monitoring. Okay, so let me just say home loan service goal. Okay, so you can enable or disable service goal. Okay, so you're going to say interactions answered. 80% of the interactions within the time period of 20 seconds. So meaning 80% of the interactions should be answered within 20 seconds. So this is one of the service goal. You can also see average speed of answer. Average speed of answer should be maybe 15 seconds. Okay. Abandoned rate, you are saying abandoned call should not go more than 5%. So that your system will automatically monitor these things. So if you are getting 100 calls, only 5 calls can be dropped off. 95% of the calls should be answered. Okay, you can set this service goals if you want. Okay, and then save it. We'll see where we are going to use this one. So I'm just doing the configuration at the moment. Then planning groups. So you need to do a planning group. Suppose say if it is home loan team, you need to create a planning group. Okay, so you have to do planning group and you have to select the media type also. So for which one you are going to use this planning group. Okay, so here you need to select the queues. So suppose I have one queue called banking. Okay, I'll just select that queue, banking 2, and then language I'll specify, and skill set is BCH Germany. Okay, and then I will select the I'll just select you select at least one route path. So there are no route paths. Instead, I will do this way. And the use of this planning group is so you can suppose say within this home loan department you have some other thing. So there is this home loans and there are 100 agents here. Okay, so out of this 100 agents, maybe some 50 are working for new loans and some 30 are working for existing loans, and then another 20 are working processing the loans. Okay, so now you need to define whether you are going to consider all the agents into your planning group, or maybe only this queue, or only this particular queue or this queue. Okay, so you can do planning for all the 100 agents, or you can do planning separately for this 50, separately for this 30, and separately for this 20. Okay, so that is the use of this planning group. For now, I just selected there is only one queue. I want to do only this particular queue. Suppose if I have created 3 queues, so one for new loans, existing loans, and processing loans, I want to do a planning between all these 3 queues. Okay, so I'll add them. Okay, so that is the one thing. Why we need to do this planning is, suppose say there are 50 agents here. This 50 agents, some 20 agents are also part of this existing loan team. So the agents are shared between queues. So in this case, I cannot do workforce management only for this queue. It doesn't make any sense, because if I do workforce management for this queue, but there are some 10 agents who also works in this queue. So what will happen to the schedules of that particular queue? For that reason, you need to create a associations. Okay, then you can, so if you add the queue, automatically agents, like whoever the agents available in this queue will automatically load up here. Okay. Agents matching planning group is 0. The reason for that is there are no agents in this queue. Okay, so that is the reason it's not showing. If there are agents assigned in this queue, banking 3, those agents will automatically come here. Let me select one more. So again, the agents matching is 0 here. There could be 2 reasons. One is, let me save this first. So if I open a new tab, let's see if there are any agents in that queue or not. Because when I create a planning, it has to show all the agents in those 2 queues that we added. One reason could be no agents are available in that queue, or agents are available but they don't have the workforce management license. There is one user, but this user is not coming up in our planning group. Reason for that is this user don't have the workforce management license. So for that reason, it's not. Otherwise, it will show all the agents available in that queue. So before you do planning, you should also assign workforce management permissions to the all your agents. Otherwise, like there's no point creating workforce management without agents having that permissions. Okay. But I cannot go assign now because I don't have role permissions in this instance. Okay. Then agents. Okay. So you can add all the agents who is going to be part of this one. Okay. Normally, go here. You can specify the list of agents manually. Agents assigns to queue, and then if I select queue called ABC, or I'll say specific agent. And save it. So like we are just adding agents so that you will be able to see what queue they are part of, what languages they have, what skills they have. Okay. And then you'll all so once you assign the agents to the work plan or work rotational plans, you will see them here. Okay. So we'll come back to this one again once we do the work plan and all. If you refresh, a lot of data will load here. Okay. And also it will show if these agents are part of any planning group. So at the moment, agents are not part of planning group. Let's go here one more time. Do a refresh. Okay, so it's still not reflecting. Then there is this activity codes. So these are your activity codes: break, meals, meeting, off queue, on queue, training. Okay. You need to specify the length. Okay. Suppose say I'm going to in my workforce management schedule, I'm going to say 11 to 11 at 11 agents can take break. At how many minutes they can take? At 1 p.m. they can take lunch break. How much time they can take? Okay. So we need to specify the length of each interaction. Also, if agent is on queue, what is the maximum length? We have put 2 hours. Okay. So these are the default available. Okay. If you want to use the default ones, you can use. Otherwise, you can go add a new one. You can specify your own activity codes and then specify which like how much interval we are giving for each one. Okay, so that the use of this one you will see in the work plans. So once these settings are ready, so now you need to go define the work plan. Okay, so let's create one work plan. So what this work plan will do is, suppose say now your home loan department is having 3 shifts: morning shift, afternoon shift, and evening shift. You need to specify the shift. So your business is saying start a shift at 8 a.m. okay, and then until 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. what agent can do is agent can take a break. Okay, so you need to specify a break. So see, break is showing 15 minutes interval. Why it is showing 15 minutes? Because in the activity codes we have defined 15 minutes interval for break. So at 10 a.m. agents can take a break of 15 minutes. Okay. Then again agent should be on queue. So on queue until for 2 hours. So from 10:15 to 11:15, 12:15. Okay. Or maybe I'll say 12:30. So the agent has to be on queue until 12:30, meaning take calls. At 12:30 they can go on a meal break. So that is 2:30 to 1 p.m. Again 1 p.m. they have to start working for 2 hours. So that will be 3. At 3 they can take a small tea break for 15 minutes, and again they can, so from 3:15 they will work until 5 p.m. okay, and it should be only 8 hours. Okay, so this is how we will define the shift. This is one shift. Okay. Then we want to add one more shift. This shift, these agents, they can log in at same 8. Okay. Because in the morning shift is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I don't want all the agents to take break at this time, like 10:15. So if all agents goes for a break at same time, what will happen? All the calls will wait in the queue. So we need to avoid that. So to avoid that, I need to define one more shift. I will say some set of agents will take break at 10, and another set of agents, they will take break at 10:15. Okay, so not at 10. So then I will add break at 10:15 to 10:30. See, these guys, the shift one, they will take break at 10 to 10:15. The shift two will take break at 10:15 to 10:30, so that there will be agents to handle the customer calls. Okay, and then remaining things we can define. Say here 12:30, they will go on lunch break at 1, because the other shift is taking from 12:30 to 1. So we will ask these guys to go for meal break at 1. Okay, and then again they will be on queue until 3:30, and then take a small tea break and complete the shift by going into on queue. But since this is only until 5 p.m., I'll adjust it to 5 p.m. Okay, so this is how you create the shifts. So once you create, if you want to validate, you can validate. So the name is going to be home loan day shift. If you have evening shifts, you can also specify. Okay, so that is one thing. And then it says each shift should have at least days selected. So you need to select what days it is going to be. So to select the days, you need to select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Same thing for this one as well. So this is the planning agent has to follow. And then you can validate one more time. Shift 2 paid time 2 hours 15 minutes cannot be less than the active paid time of 6. Shift 2 paid time is 2 hours 15 minutes, cannot be less than the active paid time of 6 hours 15 minutes. So they're saying shift 2 paid time is 2 hours 15 minutes, activity unpaid. Shift 2 paid time of 1 hour 45 minutes cannot be. Plan cannot produce any valid schedule due to constraint conflict. Potential increase shift maximum day time greater than 1 hour 45 minutes. So these timings are not considered as there are validations error. The reason for that is this one. So week minimum schedule per day, minimum schedule days per week 1, maximum schedules per. I'll reduce this one only 6. Maximum rest hours per week we don't want. Week constraints, planning period constraints, and all constraints. Let's see if I'm able to shift to paid time of 1 hour 45 minutes cannot be less than active 6 hours 15 minutes. Scheduled shift in both same break meal only. Give me a second. I put a schedule, but it's saying like somewhere we have set shift to paid time of 1 hour 40 minutes cannot be less than the active paid time of 6 hours 15 minutes. But I don't know where we have set active paid time as 6 hours. Okay, maybe here. Just put flexible. Shift 1 paid time 1 hour less than active paid time. I put flexible here. Minimum schedules per day. Why this is giving the error is like so my schedule says agent is going to be paid only for 1 hour 45 minutes, but business has set minimum of 6 hours 15 minutes. But where am I doing that? So everything I've put flexible. Weekly paid time. I don't want any weekly paid time. Week constraints. Okay, I need to check this one. I don't know how to fix this. So, but this is how we should create the work plans. Only thing is the payment. So this workforce management is also used to calculate the payments. That is conflicting somewhere. Maybe I need to see where that option is available to reduce the payments. If I find any article, I'll let you know. So you can just save this one. Okay? Can just save anyways. And this is how we are going to create the shift plans. Okay? So once you create the shift plans, so you can also add the agents to this shift plan. So there are 2 agents we have selected, right? So I'm saying these 2 agents are going to follow this shift plan. Okay. And then you can save and validate and save. Anyways, the validation will not work because it is having some errors. Okay. So once you added the work plans, okay, so you can also do the work plan rotations, because if agents are working in multiple shifts, you need to do the shift rotation. So you can say home loan. Okay, so start date is Monday, then work plans. I created one work plan, and there are agents, so I need to add these 2 agents also. Okay, so that these agents shifts will be rotated. So if one day if one agent is this agent is using a shift 1, the other day agent will use shift 2. Okay, so you can rotate these shifts. Even like suppose if you have added evening shifts also, agents will be rotational will happen, so that agents will not end up doing only general shift or only doing night shifts. Okay, so you can do these things. Okay. So once your work plan is done, then comes to your forecast. Okay. Genesis support two kinds of forecast. One is manual forecast, and the other one is um, automatic forecast. Okay. So let's create one forecast. Suppose forecast, say I want to do forecast for next week, starting from 14th. So for the full week, you can for now I'm just specifying only one. Okay. It is saying long-term interval forecast, short-term interval forecast can be used for this scheduling. So if you select this option, it will automatically do the forecasting. Just say maybe this is Feb month, Feb third week planning. You can give any name. Okay. And then there you have options here. So you're going to do a forecast. What is the method you're going to do the forecast? Are you going to use automatic? The system will automatically do based on the historical call volumes and agent shifts. Or if you have any historical data, so if you have some data in your Excel files or anything, you can also import if you want. Okay. For now, I'll just go with automatic and then add forecast. Okay, so this is the planning group we are going to apply, and you go with the weekly plan. Now what happens is the forecast is created for 3, so it's just showing the data like how many calls were offered, and then average handle time it is showing. So based on that, now I use a planning group of, this is the home forecast grid. This is just showing 14th call data, but where is the actual schedule? So normally what should, so this interface has changed a bit from the time I last used it. So what happens is normally here it has to show, it is just showing the call volume now. I don't want call volume, I want to see how it looks on the agent page. Okay. It's just showing like what is the data it is taking to do forecast. Modify that is just predicting what the call volume is. Okay, so let me go to this forecast again. So it created the forecast, but I'm not able to see the forecast. That is the problem. It's just showing the call volumes. Since we are using automatic forecast method, it is showing what is the actual call volume and what are the estimated call volume. Maybe that is the reason. If you see here, actually, the estimated call volume is 0. It is saying you don't need any agents to do the scheduling. So, but how is that going to work? So it's estimating that on 14th you'll get only 1 call. For that reason, you can also see maybe if I add proper agents with some live data, it will show like which agent is going to work on which shift. So now since we are done scheduling, let's see if I go to agent, if it shows the agent one. Agents can go to my performance. They should be able to see their schedules. Even supervisor should be able to see that schedule. Don't know what is missing. So if you go to schedules here, if I select from 14th, schedule is not created for agent. Okay, we'll see what is the problem. Then agent will have options here, like shift trade. They will be able to do a shift trade. So for this one, it is saying it should be in week mode. Add time. This is like applying for a leave. So agent can see they want leave on that particular day, and then can't put anything. They can put and see. That is to apply for the leave. And this is for shift trades. So since there are no valid shifts available, so they are not able to do. But if you have a valid shift assigned to the agent, they'll be able to do the request. You can also go in. So there are two pending. So this is time of request. So we raised two time of request as agent, but it's not approved. Okay. So if we go back to the admin one. So go to schedules here. Generate. Okay, so now it is shift. Sorry. So previously I just extracted the data, but I did not create the shift. So this is how. So normally you can even manually also add if you want. So normally this should automatically create, but since there is no data, it's not able to do anything. So as a supervisor, you will be able to. Normally, if when I do schedule, right, what the schedule will do is the schedule will create a schedule based on the work plan. So we have defined in the work plan, right, like the shift should start at 8 a.m. They have to take breaks based on that. Now, when I'm using forecast to generate the schedules, okay, it's not able to do anything. A reason for that is there is no data available. So it is trying to get some last week data. So based on that data, if you see this one, it's not saying, okay, the agents need anything because there are no calls at all. But if you have a proper calls, it will show, okay, this agent has to log in at 8 a.m. They will show the full schedule based on the work plan we created. So it will do for the. If your automatic generated one is not properly done, okay, so you can even specify the timings here also. You can say agent will work from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then they will take a break. Okay. So if we are properly doing based on the configuration item here, based on the work plans, it will automatically generate. Since the generation is having a problem, then we need to do manually. So normally workforce management exports, they will know how to do these things. Okay, so I have very basic knowledge on this. So normally this is how your shift looks like to the agent. So maybe I'll say this guy will also log in at the same time. He will take break bit early. and then go on. You can also do this way. Select a full schedule, then select when agents are going to take break. So we'll give one break at 3 for this guy, and for this guy a bit early, and then meal. This guy can go here, and then this guy can go here. So this is how it should look like based on the schedule. And then you can save in and you can publish it. So once that is done, now what the agent can do is agent can go to performance. So this is how it looks to the agent. So for the agent, this is how it looks like. So the agent has to log in at 8 a.m., then take break, again work, meal, then again work, break, on cue. So they'll be able to see their schedules this way. Okay. So they can even go from this to this day, and then they can see their full schedules. Okay, so this is how it looks to the agent. Then you have additional things also. Shift rates. So you as a supervisor, you'll be able to see all the shift rates that is happening. Okay, and time of request. If there are any time of request for any of the agents, so your supervisor will be able to. So they are pending, so they can go. If they have permission, they can go approve it. Okay. So if you select this one, you will have option to approve it. Or even they can deny if supervisor want to reject it. Then there is this performance. Okay, so there will be this intraday monitoring. So based on your schedule, you will be able to see what is the service level, whether agents are logging on same time or not, how many calls are offered, how many are answered, how many are abundant, average time, the number of agents, kind of things. So you will see the full forecast details. So what is your forecast, and based on that. So at the moment it is all 0 because like we created schedule for 14, but anyways, when you come to this page on 14th, you will see the actual date. What is the predicted? Okay, what is the forecasted? And then you'll see the actual. So forecasted is 0 seconds, but actual is 20 minutes maybe. This is percentage. Okay, forecasted 50%, some 100% of the calls, but actually it is you're getting only 80 calls. Okay. So here it will show the value. So you forecasted 100 calls, but only 20 calls are coming. The difference is 80. So you'll see this kind of information here. Okay, and there is this real-time entrance also. This one says, okay, so John Wick is unscheduled today. Okay, so that's why it's showing unscheduled. But if this guy is scheduled to start at 8 a.m. and if the user is not scheduled, it will show like this guy is scheduled, and so other this duration, whether he is following this plannings or not, he'll be able to see status of each and every agent. Okay, so agent normally supervisors no need to go run reports whether the agents are not agents are logging in or not. All they can do is they can come to this real-time one and see each agent, whether they are scheduled or unscheduled for today, if they are scheduled, or whether they are following the timings or not. Okay, so you'll be able to see all the things here. You can also see historical trends also. Suppose you want to know what happened last week, and then you will be able to do it. So this is individual agents. Okay, it will show individual agent details. You can also import data. Suppose when I'm creating a schedule, not schedule actually forecast. So it was asking whether I'm going to do a forecast using the real-time data, meaning like historical data available in Genesys Cloud, or load the data, right? So you can load the data from here. So they gave the sample formats. You need to fill this one and do it. Okay. So first you have to do the forecast, and then using that forecast, we need to kind of generate a schedule. Okay, so that is how this one is going to. Okay, maybe using the same thing, I can say I want to do for next week also. But there is no forecast available. So first we have to do the forecast and then do the scheduling. So this is what I know on workforce management in Genesys Cloud. Any doubts? Only this is more of there'll be separate skill set for workforce management. So all the BPOs, they'll have the workforce management expertise. They know how to handle with this forecast and schedules. Only I know the configuration things. I don't know scheduling and forecasting because it's more of a business guy job. Any doubts?
No, Srini.
So with that, actually, we have finished all our trainings. So I think like we almost took 20 classes. I hope these sessions actually helped you guys to learn something. So feel free to reach out if you have any doubts. Okay, so maybe you can ask Narendra. If he is not able to answer, he will forward it to me, and then we'll get them answered. Okay. So if you need any support, also please reach out to Narendra. We'll help you whatever is possible for us. So if nothing like, please, in case if your friends or anyone is looking for training, so if you feel this training is helpful, please do refer. That will also help us. Okay, we already started a batch on the weekends actually. So this time we started a weekend batch. If anyone want to join, please do refer. And as I said, like whenever you need some support, please reach out to Narendra and then he'll contact me. So we'll see how we can help you.
Sure, Srini. Sure.
Anything else, guys, before we formally close up this session?
Srini,
Okay. If not, yeah, Chandan.
yeah, Srini, today I will look that mail you have forwarded to me last week. So today I will check and then you will delete. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
No issues. Thank you.
Okay, guys, then thanks for joining training with us, and then all the best. So get in touch. Okay.
Thank you
Stay
so
in
much.
touch. Okay.
Thank you, Srini. Thank you. All
Thank
the
you.
best. Thank you.
Thanks.